Hi and welcome back to the shed. In this video I demonstrate how to convert D-ring couplings to Kinematic NEM Pockets on Hornby Railroad stock. I hope you enjoy it. Please take the time to ask any questions in the comments section below, and I would really appreciate a like or a subscribe. Cheers. So today what we're going to do is we're going to turn one of these Hornby Railroad TTA wagons that have got these horrible big D-link couplings. We're going to fit Kinematic NEM couplings. As you see, Kinematic NEM couplings, so we can put any sort of NEM compatible coupling in its place. So I'll have to warn you now, this is very intensive, and once it's done you cannot return these back to their original configuration. So first things first, what you'll need to do is take the body off. That's easily done. So get yourself a flat headed screwdriver. I'm going to use a jeweler's screwdriver, and what you want to do is there's some tags just underneath. It's really hard to do this on a phone. Just here, and you need to take the chassis off. So there we go. Chassis comes off. Put the tank to one side. So the next thing we can do, you don't have to take the wheels off, but I'm going to because it makes life a little bit easier. And these are fitted with horrible plastic wheels. I don't like plastic wheels. I think they're plastic. Yeah, they look like they're plastic. I do have some replacement metal wheels that will drop in. I think these are dapol wheels. I'll put a link in the description to the where you can get them from. So once you've got your wheels out, you need a pair of cutters. I'm going to use these. These are old Xuron track cutters that I've managed to destroy by trying to cut wire with, and it's damaged the blade. So these are now, and I just snip off the D-link coupling like so. Do both ends. Get rid of that, and then you want to snip off. There's two sticky up bits there. They need to come off. And again, easy enough with cutters. Cut them off. Don't have to be too precise about these. So once they're off, now you've got two options here. You can either drill the rivet out, which takes forever. Take the drill the rivet out. I'm going to cut the rivet out, so I'm going to, again with my cutters, I'm just going to go underneath there and I'm going to cut it. Let's get these out of the way, and that's all you need to do, just that. There. So those bits now go in the bin. And now you may see that you're left with, no, the rivets have come out this time. Sometimes the rivets get left behind. So now what you want to do is you want to cut that as close to the bottom as you can. Again with this, get as close to the bottom as you can. Again this end. I don't know if you can see that. And these bits. And now you've got two strengthening ribs, one at each end. They've also got to come out. Now, the easiest way to get rid of them is to gently get in there with your cutters, cut them away from the edge. Now you can cut them off with the cutters. The other option you can do is with a craft knife, of which I have got one around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. You can just gently, using the craft knife, just gently, just shave it off bit by bit, which is what I'm going to do, because it's less chance of you taking too much off. So get started, and you do both ends pretty much the same. So I'm going to shut up now and carry on doing this, and I'll come back to you when that's done. See you in a bit. Okay, so you can now see that that's all been scraped off all nicely, and I've got a bee coming to the shed. He's all right, don't mind bees. A honeybee, he's probably being attracted by the fluorescent lights. We won't worry about him. So there we go. Now the next stage is to take a file, junior needle file, something about that size, and all we're going to do is just gently, sorry, I got to do, let's put this up on something so that you can see what I'm doing. Just gently smooth it off, trying to avoid the buffers if you're not going to take them. I mean, you could take the buffers off and put better ones on, but that's beyond the scope of this video. So I'm just going to gently flatten that off, keep checking it. It's a bit of a pain, those buffers are in the way, but I found that if you do it a little bit, you don't have to be absolutely 100% accurate, as long as you get it all around the same level and the same as the other end. So we'll do this, we'll go, just take that off, you want a nice flat surface. Unfortunately, I've caught the buffers, never mind. There we go. That looks like it's good enough. These are, I think they're Fleischmann. They're either Roco or Fleischmann. They're designed to go on HO stock, but they will fit these nicely. And they are available from Euroscale Models. So if you give them a ring or drop them an email, I'm sure Brian can source you some. I don't think it's something we keep in stock, but if you ask, we can get them in. They're not expensive, and you need 2 for each wagon that you're going to convert. So if you've got 3 or 4 like I've got, you don't need too many, but you've got a whole rake of say 10, 15, you'll need quite a few. So the next thing we do is we put the tank body back on. I don't think it matters what way round it comes. It goes back on. Yeah, there we go. That's back on. Now you need the tank body back on, because after we've glued these, we are going to put some little tiny screws in just to make sure that they don't come off. So, and you also need the body in for the positioning of the kinematic mechanism, which is here. and you want to put it so that the kinematic mechanism goes between the two tangs that hold the body on, and that is about the right place. That's where you want it, and it also keeps it nice and square and central. So Hornby have done some of the work for you here. So we'll get our super glue. I was using Gorilla super glue, but I find the Loctite XXL is better. It's a little bit runnier. And we also need a can of activator, super glue activator. That's what you need, some of that. Here we go. What you do is you spray the activator on one side and the glue, put your glue on the other side. The activator has to evaporate to work properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little drop of super glue on this. Sorry about me getting my head in the way, but I've got very bad eyesight and I need to... Balls, that's gone all over the bloody kinematic coupling. Oh, and then a bit of that. Put it on so it don't go off. Blow on it, helps it go off. And then you just take your coupling and put it in position and hold it there for a couple of seconds. And that, my friend, is done. Do the same with the other end. Turn that round. Tiny, 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 tiny bit of super glue. You don't need much. I was a bit unprepared for how much came out at that time. I try and get it on the frame and nowhere else. Just give that a wipe so it doesn't glue the lid on. Little tip I picked up from somewhere, can't remember where, another modelling forum, is stop your super glue from going off, keep it in the fridge. And that is it, that's all you need to do. Okay, so I need to find some tiny screws. I'm going to use Peco track screws because that's what I've used in the past, so I'll get those together and the tools I need for the next stage, and I'll be back with you. See you in a bit. Okay, so these are the track screws I'm going to use. I think I can get that in shot. These are by Peco. They're actually track screws, but they're tiny and you don't need to drill a huge hole. So I have got a small hole in my hand drill. What are these called? I can't remember. So what we're going to do is we now have I've got using my Loco cradle just to hold it in position, and all you do is find your hole and just gently drill a hole. So I'll do that and I'll come back. See you in a bit. So I've drilled the holes, now it's time to put the screws in. I've got a little tiny Phillips head screwdriver. I bought this, it's actually a mobile phone repair toolkit that I bought off Amazon. And the great thing is, it's magnetic. So, find your screw, find your hole, and just gently, it can be a bit of a bugger to keep it straight as it's going in, but there we go. So we're keeping, so that's going in. And these are literally just to give a little bit of extra support to the super glue. So don't have to be up too tight, just snug enough. Don't over tighten them because you'll end up buggering up your Loco. So I don't think I'll be able to see from up there, but there we go. So again, find your hole, gently screw it. Oh, it's not always the easiest thing to do when you're trying to film, because I'm trying to show you what I'm doing without getting in the way, but I'm struggling to see them. That one's got in. So you repeat that the other end, and I'll be back when I've put the other 2 screws in. So, like I said, we've decided we're going to change the wheels from the horrible plastic wheels, and we're going to put some Oxford Diecast, Oxford Railroad, dapol, I think. I can't remember where I got them from. I think they're from Dapol. You get them in bags of 20. About 10 quid for 20. They're not expensive. And you literally just pop them back in. I'll find the right tool. There it is. Okay, they're a little bit more difficult to get back in because obviously you've got to find the hole. Right, there we go. And they spin freely enough. Lovely. And that is ready to fit your coupling of choice. So you put a KD on the first one on one end, and then a magnetic coupling on the other, and we have a decent rake. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.